Good afternoon, good morning. Who knows what time it is, but it's beer time here at the Crooked Hammock Brewery in Lewes, Delaware. I'm Morgan Shank. I'm about to go behind the scenes to check out how they make beer and have a wacky honey aspect to it. Come with. Let's step over here for the weighing process. State your name, gangster.
Howdy ho, John. How are you? Weighing out our hops.
Weighing out the hops. This art form, is it really all in the flick of the wrist? How does one...
Yeah, I mean, really what you want to do, there's two different ways. You can go up nice and high. That's pretty meticulous. Or you can give it the old Emerald Lagasse. Bang! Either way.
Gotta have his money. Now, because he's pretty much the shortest guy I know, I must go up a little higher.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you guys. What's going
happening?
on?
State your name, gangster.
Craig Parmenter, one of the brewers. Right now I'm just prepping the brew house for Belgian double with honey and plum. Yeah, we're excited to try it out, see how it tastes.
Awesome.
So yeah, stick around. We'll show you guys how the brew day goes.
So the honey that's going to be involved in this honey brew is made by Be Natural LLC and was actually produced on my farm in Dover, Delaware. So he has his beehives out there. It's good local honey, good for your immune system, and awesome in beer. Because a great man once said, beer is the reason that God wants us to be happy. And if someone didn't say that, I said it today. And right now we have 70 bricks, and bricks means the sugar content. So this is excellent raw honey that he's going to transfer to get the perfect amount for the honey beer. So John, what is the next step of the process?
So what we're doing now, we're going to start milling in. So we're adding our grains into our mill, cracking up those grains nice and good, get those sugars nice and exposed, and that way it's going to be sent up into our tank so we can start cashing it. And that's when the real brewing starts.
I like it.
Milling up. Well, since 1847, now in 2017, about to roar up some of this malting right here.
So for this beer, we're doing a classic Belgian double. We are adding plum and honey to the brew, but for the malting, we're doing a classic recipe, which is going to be a combination of basic two-row malt. We're also using Munich, Cara Munich. This is special bee malt, and we also have a bit of chocolate wheat malt that we're going to use to give it a nice dark color, which is common for a Belgian double.
So here's our mash tun right here.
Okay.
This is where we get out our sugar from the malt. And then once that's finished, bring it over to the kettle. This is where we add our hops and all our other ingredients. And then once we're finished, send it over to the fermenter.
So Craig, explain the process here of the wort transfer into the kettle.
Right now, we just finished up with our mash in and then our Vorloff. Once that's finished, then we do our runoff. It goes in our kettle. We get it through a certain barrel. We're trying to get around 7. And then usually I'd say it's like an hour and 20 minutes. So when we get to a certain barrel, then we start our sparging. The sparge is just going to keep the mashed in malt like damp so we can get the rest of the inside and sugar out of it.
It's like a oil dipstick, but for...
Yeah, this is how we get our volume.
Okay.
So we want to get to at least like around here, on this area.
Perfect.
Alright, so what we're doing here, we're going to measure the gravity of the Belgian double. This is what we call first wort. So this is the first wort that went into the kettle. So this is going to have a very nice high gravity. It's a very thick, sugary liquid right now. This is measuring in what we refer to as Play-Doh. And it kind of tells you where your temperature is. So if you need to adjust it at all, and to adjust for the temperature, we're looking right at 18 Plato for this first wort. So that's right around where we wanted to be. So now we'll take another sample once the kettle's full, which will be our last wort sample. We'll take another sample as we are running off into the fermenter, and that'll be our original gravity. So it just kind of tells us what kind of efficiencies we're having as we're going through the brewing process and what kind of sugar we're gaining and how much water we're boiling off. So this is going to add a nice bit of gravity to our beer, a nice bit of sweetness and sugar, but the yeast is going to enjoy this. It's going to be a really nice food for the yeast and produce a little bit more alcohol than we would just from our malt. So should be pretty interesting.